Hi, I'm Kelly Wright. This is The Resilient Grove. This is a gathering place for honest conversations about healing, resilience, and the courage it takes to grow through life's hardest seasons. Let's take a moment before we begin. I invite you all to join us. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Make yourself comfortable, and let's get started. Okay, hi guys. You guys met because we each did a podcast about narcissism, and both of you were like, hey, why don't we do one with all of us? So we're bonding over our past narcissistic relationship, and that's what we are going to dive into a little bit more today. So I want to start first with thinking back to, I was a little bit younger when I met mine, but back to when you met your narcissist, where you were in your own process of journey and growth. So whoever wants to go first. So who was the version of Diana that met your ex?
That version, small business owner, started to lose some weight, like on top of the world, really excited I kind of swore off dating, because I was on dating apps, and this is really exhausting. This is terrible. Why the hell does anybody go on dating apps? Mm-hmm. Why would anybody want to go on a dating app? It's terrible. No offense, whatever, but it's just really bad.
No offense to the people who have had successful relationships.
Whatever, yeah.
Right, sweet. Not for me.
Good for you, but man, it's tough. But, to find somebody, to meet somebody through a different type of situation, somebody approached me at the tanning salon, hey, I have a son. He's single. Do you want to meet? And I'm like, well, this is really different than anything I've ever experienced. So you know what the hell? Give him my information. Why the hell not? You know what do I have to lose?
So you were in what you would say more of a pivotal transformation stage?
I think I was, yeah. Okay. I was more of coming into what I wanted to be. Yeah. And what I thought I wanted to be, so to speak.
I could relate to that. I think you can relate to that as well.
It's I knew, it's kind of what I thought I knew I wanted. I wanted to date somebody. I want to find somebody. I want the whole white picket fence, all that jazz. I thought, because that's what we're always, that's
so
what
now
we're
that
told
you talk
to do.
about this, I wonder if that's what the whole purpose of is, that we were looking for something different, even though it didn't happen the way that we wanted it to happen.
Correct.
It still happened for us.
It still happened, yeah.
Right. But just in a really effed up way.
Why in the world? I'm behind a tanning salon desk. How would somebody approach you and be like, hey, I have a son.
Yeah.
You know what? He's single. I think you guys would be really good together.
At that time of where you were in your life. Yeah.
Yeah. It was just I don't know, why not? And it was very different, and you never hear of anybody meeting that way.
Getting set up that way, yeah. So go ahead, you want to tell us your story?
Mine's a little different. So I was just coming off of a divorce. I wasn't looking for anyone, but I was too at that point where I had started working out in the new year. I lost some weight. I really was pretty buff for me, I guess you could say. I was feeling good and all this stuff, and then all of a sudden going through, when you go through a divorce, obviously your divorce is your life is missing something, so you're looking for, and he filled all those holes. And his narcissistic behavior just filled those gaps he found what I needed, and he filled those gaps.
Yeah.
So,
which they have a way of knowing what you need, and they fill those gaps, yeah. So what did love mean to you then? Was love filling the gaps that you needed? Was love, for me, it was okay, this guy is rescuing me out of a hellhole parenting house. He must really love me, right? Mm-hmm. So love to me was oh my gosh, this guy is helping me. He wants me to move in with him. He wants to save me from my childhood house. I thought that was love. I was damn, nobody's ever done that for me before, right? Nobody's ever set you up like that before, right?
I know, and then when I got in it, you said, he started pinning me against my family.
Oh, so did mine.
Yeah.
He was I didn't talk to my family for years.
Your parents are toxic.
Yeah.
Your parents are this, your parents are that. And I'm and then you're starting to question yourself, well, are my parents? And then, this was my situation. I'm are they? I'm I don't know. They have their own issues. If that they're not my issues. And I'm okay. And then I'm well, nothing's making sense. Not really, because they kind of shunned him in the beginning. It was a little bit of a fight because he was older than me.
Same for me.
I mean,
Same for you.
12 and a half years. So there was a lot of fighting in the beginning. So there was a lot of push and pull.
So what was
But
love
like that's
then to
how
you?
every stupid relationship I've ever had
Yeah.
has been a fight in the beginning with my family. So it's like it's my cycle. It's just what I'm conditioned to do. I'm conditioned to find somebody that they all fucking hate in the beginning, and then I have to prove to them that he's worthy of them. But I was for some reason stuck in that rut.
I did the same thing.
Don't know
I did
why.
the same thing. Yeah.
So I did it 3 times.
Yeah.
And the last one just happened to be just the worst. So
what was love then to you back then? Like with the Diana that met him and fell in love, what was that?
like I thought I already had everything I wanted. Like I had the business, I was doing well, doing this. And I thought like, okay, I'm ready like to have, you know, I'm ready to bring somebody in my life. I'm ready to have a relationship. I'm ready to take the next step, and I'm ready to get married. It was ready to get married, really. That's what we're all conditioned to at my age.
Yeah.
Like, all us little
Yeah.
millennials, we're all told to get married.
Yeah.
So that's you find somebody, date them for a little bit, and make sure you mold them to what
So
you
he
want. So you get
represented
married.
that idea of this
think
is
so.
somebody I could marry and
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. What
Yes.
about you? What was love for you like?
Mine was, I think, filling the gaps.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if I really understood what I wanted love to be. So I just knew that I was missing like that connection. I was missing. I'm finding that I'm like a I don't want to say touchy feely, but I like
Physical touch.
physical touch, like hugging and stuff like that, and like that wasn't present, or even communication wasn't present. So he comes in and he wants to be near me, like physically near me, and he wants to talk about everything, and he wants to be honest and all the things. So I'm like, oh, somebody,
I want to say too is that obviously their tactics on their end is they're doing the love bombing.
Yep.
So it's not just where we're at in our lives, what we think love is. They're also then piling on like, oh my gosh, you're so great. I love you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was very soon for me that he told me he loved me. And I was just like, wow, my God, this guy loves me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I just got distorted with what that version of love was supposed to be because of how I was raised. So, okay. So obviously now we can say that our definition of love has changed, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go back even earlier. What kind of, like what you just said, what kind of marriage or partnership model did you watch growing up that would lead you to that type of relationship? Like the push-pull thing that you had mentioned?
I mean, I don't even know if it was that. I think it was more of like the fact that, I lost my train of thought there for a second.
Okay. You want to take over? You had a chuckle.
You might have to.
Mine wasn't even. So my dad was married 5 times. My mom was married twice, obviously. Well, my dad and then the second one. Second marriage was not even what I would really consider a marriage. I felt like I was 5, and I think she wasn't making much money. She was worried about raising me. She had, she needed somebody to help. Mm-hmm. So she he was older than her. So I think she needed that protection and that, support. So she kind of took what she felt she could find at that point in time. And then my dad, like I said, five marriages, and the last one finally stuck, and then he passed away. But so constant turnover, constant. What is love to them? Because they never really showed me, as much as they loved me, it wasn't like the communication wasn't there either, and the connection wasn't there either, and it was kind of a cold type of love from my parents. I mean, my mom, we would give hugs and stuff like that, but it wasn't like...
Which is probably why when he filled in those gaps, it seemed like it was love.
Yeah.
If he wants to do all of that, yeah.
Right.
That makes sense. So for me, too, it was the same thing as like he brought all the things that I didn't have, and I just assumed that was all love. And so I clung to that, thinking that, that has to be love. So he must love me. But then I couldn't understand, well, why would he hurt me too, right? Mm-hmm. So then it was just a constant, like, doubt in your reality, question your reality, like, yes, so same thing. The model that I grew up is that, and we all dated older, where the man was the breadwinner, the man was, the runner of the house. So my mother raised me to say that you don't go to school, you don't go to college, you just find a husband, you marry, you have children. And that was her role that she wanted me to fill. I didn't want that role. I wanted to go to college. I wanted to have a career. But then I married a man who had a better job, was able to give me that life that I could have, like that, be that trophy wife and have the kids, right? But that wasn't the life that I wanted. So I didn't have children for a long time, and that was a huge issue in our relationship because he wanted them and I didn't. So I was going against what they told me to do, but at the same time, I knew I had to do the same thing that they did. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Because for me, indirectly, like, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get married.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have the guy
Well, like
that is the
what you just
breadwinner,
said.
that
Yeah.
da-da-da. But,
Yeah.
like, I don't even think that, like, my parents knew that they were even doing that.
Yeah.
I don't think they knew that
Because
they were
they follow
instilling
the
that.
same pattern
They
that
follow
was-
the same
yeah.
pattern that their parents
Right.
followed, and their
Right.
parents followed their
Right.
patterns. It's like,
Right.
it's so generational.
Right.
And then it's the fact that, I mean, not to be weird or anything, but I'm watching these Viking shows, and it's like, if you dumb it really get down, and you go like way, way, way back, but like, women started like airing personal shit out, and like, we shouldn't. We should be more private with things, and I don't think a lot of women are like growing up, but then a lot of people, they're doing the best they can, and as women, we need help, and we want the support system around us. But when there's marital problems or things going on in between families or in between a couple, like, they should work on it themselves instead of bringing other people in and leaning on other family members to help them with things, so to speak.
And you think that's where it gets tricky when they bring in, which is a tactic of narcissism, is when they grab
Yeah.
other people to get like an army.
I mean, in my situation when I was younger, like, my parents did the best they could. They didn't. I mean, my mom didn't. I mean, she just wanted somebody to lean on. Mm-hmm. And then when she was younger, her mom wanted somebody to lean on.
So that's the exact same thing with my situation.
Yeah, and then it's like, I think my great grandma wanted my mom, and my grandma, and all her sisters to lean on.
So like my mother
down, down, down.
Couldn't leave my father because she would have nobody. Mm-hmm. And of course, divorce wasn't really a common thing.
No, they don't. There's
exactly.
No divorce.
So you have to just kind of go along with whatever the man wanted.
Which I don't necessarily think the divorce was ever the answer anyways. Like, I think a lot of couples just have issues that they just need to figure out. And then most of the time it's just communication issues or something like work. Everybody's pouring themselves into their jobs now, and money is a huge thing.
Taught how to have those proper conversations or taught communication styles.
Right, so, because people were, the old European way, nobody talked
Can I say on that note, who told me I said that too much? You? Okay. On that note, what emotional patterns were present in your home that led you to that narcissistic relationship? So anger, silence, people-pleasing, avoidance, overworking, emotional shutdown, and of course codependency. For me, I think it's the codependency, is that you had to have someone else to be whole, right? Like my mother, you couldn't just be an independent woman. You had to have a man. You had to have the man who made the money. You had to have somebody to lean on, right? You couldn't just be yourself.
But who's to say that she wasn't stuck because she just didn't know any better?
That's just it. She didn't have any education. She didn't have the ability to leave, and even the mindset of thinking that you had to repeat what you were taught to get married and have babies, to even be stuck in that mindset, to think that you don't even have another choice.
Right.
Like for me, it was just a no-brainer. Like I was like, I'm going to college. Like there's just no other explanation for me. But for her, it was just like, okay, I'll just get married and have babies and just do what I'm supposed to be doing and just put no thought or effort into it, right?
Yeah.
So that's where, yes, she did. So for me, it was the codependency, obviously, but the anger, the silence, all of that led into when then I met my ex. It was like, oh, okay, so that must be how relationships are supposed to work, right? Even though I knew it wasn't right, it's what I grew up watching. Mm-hmm. But for you, it was a different story. So how do you shed light on that where, like, you were, go ahead.
Being an only child, you mean?
Yeah, like what were the family patterns that were repeated with your ex that you saw as a child?
Well, so let me step one back further. So my ex-husband, I I was an only child, so I didn't have, so I was like isolated and I was, alone, and I felt like I needed, I remember loving like family Christmases and things where I loved people, and my ex-husband had a bigger family. So along with you guys, you get married, you want that support, you want to have kids, you want to have the family. Well, then that was just not, I'm like, this is not me. I can't be my my independent self. I can't, I feel like I'm not allowed. So then, that ended. Then the new one, codependency again. I was been married for 18 years. And as much as I felt like, my dad had just passed away and I knew I would be okay on my own, but yet that thought of, and he put that in my head. Oh, you don't want to have to, waste money, or you don't want to have to lose all your money because you, need to have an apartment and throw your rent away and things like that. So just, come live with me rent free.
So he used that to manipulate you. Oh, okay.
And you.
So how did that sell you then?
Well, it's true. I'm constant. I don't want help. Like, I don't want to ask my family for help buying anything. So I have that fear in the back of my mind that I can't do it on my own, even though I knew I could.
Same. I had the same thing. Same thing.
So,
go ahead.
He just gave me that security and that confidence. There's two of us, we can do this together. I have,
So it picked up on that fear that you had, that insecurity that you had of yourself, that you couldn't do it alone.
Yep.
Okay. Did you ever have that where you felt like you couldn't do it alone?
No, he made me feel like I couldn't do it alone. It was more of like I was doing it alone.
Same,
and
mine
then it was
was
like,
too. He was like,
it was like
yes.
a mold you to make you make you feel like
Feel like
you're
you're
crazy
dependent on them.
and you're super dependent on them.
Yeah.
It was like more of a flip flop.
Yeah, same.
Flip flop.
That's the way it turned. In the beginning, it started one way, but then once you get into it,
Yep.
it turned in that other way. Like,
That you can't live without me.
can't leave me now.
Yeah. I would be nothing. I remember thinking that he told me that I would be nothing if I was a divorced woman with 2 kids. Who would want you, right?
Yep.
So I remember going to the counselor and telling him that, and he told me, he was like, "Are you kidding me?" He's like, "You're young, you're beautiful, you have your whole life ahead of you." I actually believed that nobody would want me because he told me, "Well, you're washed up now. You're married and 2 kids." But that's what they want you to believe, because they don't want you to think that you can even go on without them, right?
Right.
But you end up believing it sometimes because it's just embedded in your head from like day after day after day of saying that, right?
Yep.
Well, he told me, he's like, the reason, or the way you left your ex-husband and your kids, your kids don't like you. Your kids will never love you again. You'll never have your kids back in your life, or your family back in your life.
That's so terrible.
Man.
But they will use anybody they have to. I mean, my family uses children as well. I mean, they will use children. It's just, age isn't anything to them. It's a human that they can try to manipulate to use against you. Oh, that's so terrible. So in that dynamic in your childhood, what role did you play? Well, you were an only child, but with you, what was your role?
I was a big sister. I just wanted everybody to be okay.
No, but like, so you were the peacekeeper.
Yeah.
Okay, so what, as an only child, what were you?
Me too. I was the peacekeeper and the pleaser.
Pleaser, fixer. Yeah.
Same,
Pleaser, yeah.
overachiever?
Yep.
No.
No?
There's no
Are you
overachieving
older
here.
or younger? Oh, you're older.
Yeah.
Okay.
Middle ground. I wasn't like the smartest. I wasn't like the, my mom was a music teacher and I played the piano, but I wasn't like Beethoven. I played, but
Okay.
I wasn't like that big overachiever that.
Why do you say you weren't an overachiever?
I mean, I just wasn't. I don't think I ever really applied myself as much as I could to be the
So it was
overachiever.
more just making sure everybody was happy, being the mediator, the peacekeeper?
Yeah.
Okay. So was that your role then with your ex?
I mean, it was more of like, probably, yeah, because I didn't speak up. I just kept my voice quiet. I didn't say anything. If something was wrong, I didn't say anything. I mean, I head down, people please. Head down, people please.
Yeah, what about
I felt
you?
like I had to keep the peace between he
Yeah.
and I, because if I rocked the boat, shit
Same.
man,
Same.
and then everybody else would pay for it.
Yeah.
Things would be okay. You think, okay, we're doing okay, and then
Something
then all of a
I know.
something, yep, all of a sudden.
And then it's okay again, and then another one, yeah.
you would lash out like Facebook was the murder.
Oh, I'm so glad that he did not involve Facebook.
Lash
Jesus
out.
Christ.
Same. Oh my
Thank
God,
God.
if social media were around, I know.
Well, he was not a social media guy. Thank God he
Well,
wasn't.
it's bad enough that he was on the phone talking to everybody all the time. Oh, you'll never believe what Kelly just did.
Oh my God.
I know. We're not blaming anybody. See, this is what when we did our podcast, is like we're talking about like serious shit, but but we're laughing and we're having fun. And like, that to me is like, okay, like we did it. We made it through all of that, right?
It's
to get
how
to
it
this
should be
point now.
because we're
Yes.
aware of it.
Right. Okay, so having said that, we're not blaming our exes. We're not blaming our parents. We're not blaming anybody. We're talking about a historical, generational pattern of how relationships functioned. And we're just lucky that it's our generation that we get to break the cycle and talk about this kind of stuff. So, on that note, okay, how were you taught, directly or indirectly, to handle stress and conflict? You said shut down, keep the peace.
I mean, I always kept the peace, but it was very indirectly. They didn't know.
It's never
They didn't
directly,
know.
right.
I mean, my
Yeah.
dad worked his ass off. He was a home pilot.
Right.
He worked 4 freaking jobs.
Yeah.
He was a cop. He worked a lot. And then he had his own set of stress situations going on, and being a police officer.
Yeah.
And then there's
so your
other
mom
stress.
was probably in the same role of like keeping the peace.
Yes, my mom was definitely
Same for mine, because my dad was extremely violent and angry, controlling. So when he came home, everything had to be perfect.
Why would I go that
Because you
well?
didn't want him to erupt. So yeah. Anyway, go ahead. What was your experience like?
Same, peacekeeper. I think I don't even know that I was under stress because I took on everybody else's stress. Like my mom was constantly stressed.
Same.
Like, you know, working as a waitress, not making any money, and she always like outwardly expressed that. And my aunt will to this day will tell you a story. You know, like my cousins would get something when we were at the store, and I wouldn't want anything, like because I never was able to get something when we went to the store, or I would pick something so small. Well, we don't need to spend much money on me because, I don't need this. So it was always a constant state of stress. And so I never learned how to deal with it, so I just bottle it up.
Did it ever like just come out then, explode in you, or how were you able to then get all that out?
I think, when I was younger, I don't know. Like, I wasn't, like we talked about, I wasn't that overachiever, so I feel like I was...
Well, you played music, you said, so maybe that was an outlet?
No.
Okay.
I really didn't like it. When I was younger, like, I didn't like to get up in the morning. I was always, like, tired, so I think my body was just shutting down, and that's the only way it would, like...
Coping with it?
Yeah.
All right, when you were let's go now into your ex-relationship, did the inconsistency or emotional chaos, we talked about this earlier, feel familiar? Like that, for me, it was like, okay, well, I knew it wasn't what I wanted, but it was very similar to what I was raised with, so I was like, kind of like, okay, well, maybe that's how it's supposed to be, right? Even though that was the internal conflict in me, like, this isn't what I want. But like, this is what I thought marriages were, right? So was it like that for you?
It was a lot of more like the women, because it's European, they're all Italian, so the women always put the men on the pedestal. Men are always high up on the pedestal.
Yeah.
Men are always perfect. Men are always perfect. So that's what that's what everything was.
Do you
in
know
our families.
one of my nicknames? I was a peon. He called me a peon. He's up here. I'm down here. Because he was raised in a generation of the men are on the pedestal and the women are all down here.
I mean, I used to tell him he was Mr. Perfect. I go, oh, you're Mr. Perfect.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Same
you're
thing.
Mr.
And you know
Perfect.
what he would say? He's like, he's perfect except for the one cavity. That's his only flaw. His plenty of fish profile while we were married was he's perfect except for his cavity flaw. Yes.
Wow.
Right? So it was that constant message over and over and over that I'm so much better than you and you're all the way down here. And that's what I saw my dad do to my mom. So I was like, okay, well, maybe that's just how it's supposed to be.
See, my dad didn't, there was no like anything like that, but it was just, there was 2 kids in the house. There was a lot of bills. It was all money. They were always working to pay bills, always working and striving to have more, always working and striving to have more. That's all it always ever was.
So did you repeat that then at all?
Yeah, I always wanted more, always striving to have more, always working butt off to have more. And
so you don't think that's an overachiever?
Probably, but that wasn't me though. That was me more in my 20s when I got into like sales. Then I was like, oh shit, I can make money like this?
Yeah.
Oh my God, send it.
Yeah.
Come on, commission sales all day.
Yeah.
I can sell your outfit back to you. But like it was my child, it was different. We all just wanted, I don't know, they worked their asses off, and I think that's, for some reason, nobody figured it out in the families or the generations as to why money is put on a pedestal so much.
I know, same.
Because we don't have to have all this shit.
Yeah.
We don't have to be killing ourselves at the jobs we're at.
Where
and
did
take
that?
all these
Where did that
different
more?
things.
That more?
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
Where does this
I don't know.
from? Like, we can be happy doing like
Yeah.
a nice job
Yeah.
and having like the things that we like. We don't have to have all this shit. Sorry.
Are they comparing themselves to like other family members, or
I think it's more people around them.
the peers
yeah,
more?
like and the people like just peers. Yeah, everybody.
Okay, so what for you was did your ex, did that relationship feel similar to your childhood at all, or like what were the connections between that?
No, there was I wouldn't call it, I was in chaos. Like, I was not used to yelling. I was not used to screaming, and this relationship was nothing but when it was bad. Like, he would scream at me in my face, close to my face, and like spit on my face. And I would be, crying just, 'cause that's what he wanted. He wanted me to react. And in the beginning I would. I would like try to scream back. I'm not a screamer. I would try to scream back at him. I would try to like stand
I used to
up for
poke mine
myself.
in check because I was like chest level,
Yeah.
and so when he would get in my face, I would just like poke his chest, which obviously made him worse.
Right.
But it was like I wasn't gonna sit there and just like have you talk down to me, I'm gonna fight back, right?
Well, but that's what I learned I needed to do, because I stopped fighting.
In the beginning or the end,
Middle to end.
you stopped
I
fighting,
stopped.
and he would keep going.
Yep.
Wow. So how did it end then?
I just gave up, and I think he finally realized I wasn't gonna say anything anymore, or I wasn't gonna scream, or I wasn't gonna do anything.
And you never saw that either with any of your mom's relationships or your dad's relationship?
Nope.
Huh. Wow, isn't that crazy? Okay, on that note, I'm going to say that forever. What red flags did you see now that you have hindsight and clarity? What red flags did you see, but you either justified it or ignored it or just, turned a blind eye, I guess?
Well, I before I moved in, I don't know if I did something or if I forgot to do something, but he called me on. He's like, "Well, you might as well just not move in." Like, everything was set up. Like, somebody was coming to help me move, and we had it all arranged. It was supposed to have like a couple days, and then so I had to like go over, and I felt like I had to beg him because I had nowhere else to go, and it's like I should have.
Which he probably liked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I like stooped.
Because then that makes him feel more authoritative and in control. Here's the man on the pedestal type thing.
The lowest that I have ever done, because he made me want to move. Well, no, I was gonna move. I was doing it, but it's like he would push push my buttons a little bit, so I would do things that I probably wouldn't have done in the way I did them. But then when I moved, he was pushing my buttons again, and then when he tried to take the house off the table and try to take it off, move it down, I'm like, I can't back out now. Like, everything's arranged. I can't, I'm like, I'm going to put these people I've already inconvenienced them. I can't, people pleasing. I can't inconvenience them. I can't tell them I'm not doing it. It's in 2 days. They've already changed their plans for me. And, so I had to go over to the house, and I pretty much begged him. I'm like, I have to move in here.
How
I'm sorry.
how long into the relationship did that happen?
Oh, God. Well, it wasn't even a relationship yet at that point.
Oh,
Really?
okay. So early.
Yes, very
Okay.
early.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a similar story, but I was 21, which I don't even really think age doesn't matter here. But he was drunk, and I was still living at home, and he was 33, so he was already a lawyer, already established, and he was really drunk, and he was mean. I think he said he said something to me, and I was just like, I'm not going to tolerate this behavior. And I grabbed my keys. We were at his friend's house, and I grabbed my keys to leave him. And he grabbed my keys, and he's, "You're not going anywhere." And it was that moment, it was like, oh, I have to do everything this guy says. Like, my choice was gone, because it must have triggered the fear in me. And then I resorted to the people pleasing and going back to what I was comfortable with. And I thought, oh, okay, man is on a pedestal. I'm supposed to do everything he says. And I moved in. And so there was a time I was like, shortly after I moved in, he exploded. And I was outside in the corner of the apartment, like where the corner meets, in a fetal position, calling my friend. I don't know what to do. Like, I already moved in. I already left my parents' house. I can't go back to my parents' house. What am I going to do? Like, I couldn't go on my own at that point. I wasn't strong enough. I wasn't even aware enough. And it was like, crap, I'm stuck. It was those two moments of like, I don't know what else to do. So, you know what, now that I say that, like I almost feel more compassion for my own mother, because like she obviously was in that position too. It's like you're caught and you're like thinking, well, I can't go this way, I can't go that way, I'm stuck. Crap. This is what I mean. Like, we're not blaming anybody, you know? We're just... All right, so what are the red flags? So the control, the anger, the violence for me was the red flags that I just kind of, you know, turned a blind eye to. What about you?
So it was more COVID relationship situation. So like there was a COVID shutdown involved. So like
Life was so different.
yeah, so there was quarantine.
So you were kind of forced to... Oh, I remember you saying that you were forced together.
So I was working in the tanning salon with my friend, and I was there every day. She was going out. My parents are like, "You're hanging out with her. You're coming home. You're doing all this shit." And I'm like, I'm just gonna go. I'm just peace. Bye. I'm just gonna go quarantine. So I went and lived with him, and it was a weird time. It was a weird situation, and I mean, looking back on it.
Was it early on in the relationship you moved in as well?
I mean, not necessarily, because we started dating, I want to say, March of 19, and then 2020 was the shutdown.
Oh, so almost a year.
Yeah.
Well, I was 9 months, so...
Yeah, it was probably around that.
Okay.
So
What about for you? It was soon, right? That you moved in after you guys met?
After we met, but we really weren't in a relationship at that point.
Okay.
Like, it started out pretty platonic. I mean, there was definitely something, but like, I don't know, I was trying to be an honest person, and...
But like we were in different positions of our life to even know what red flags were too, you know? We
Yeah.
might think that it wasn't right, but we didn't know what to do with all that.
No.
Okay, so what part of you went quiet? Like we talked about how we just kind of shut down. What was that part of you that just shut down? The Diana I know.
Yeah, my voice, like I walked around like numb. I didn't want to rock the boat. I walked on eggshells. I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to say anything out of turn. I didn't want to say anything wrong.
So did you have a support? Like who did you talk to anybody about any of this?
My therapist.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I try to talk to a lot of people, but a lot of the people that I confided in, I'm noticing now, are just really selfish assholes. So I don't really talk to many people anymore.
I would probably be the same. I talk to my therapist a lot.
I'm not happy with a lot of people that I confided in the last few years with my situation. So a lot of them were employees, which I no longer have relationships with them at all. And those girls know deep, dark secrets about me that they should never have known. And I should have never been put in that situation to confide in them. But I put myself there because I isolated myself from my family.
I have to say, I probably did the same thing, because those years that I did own Royal Tan was when I was married. And so Royal Tan, which is how I ended up talking to you, is because I was confiding in your parents.
Right. I know. We confide in a lot of people.
Right.
I confide in a lot of people.
I did too.
I have a huge
Customers,
community.
employees, all of that. Yeah.
A ton.
Yeah. But that was my only outlet. Like I didn't have any other outlet.
Yep.
Right.
And it's now... it's just some of those people it shouldn't be used as an outlet.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm learning. And I think there's a cycle with Royal Tan. And I think Royal Tan should not.
Oh my God.
I think there's a cycle with Royal Tan.
Did I just put it into your hands and then you just took over exactly what I did? Oh wow. It was our outlet.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. I think it was.
But if I didn't have that, I mean,
we would be nothing.
Go ahead. What's your story? Yeah.
We would have nothing.
I didn't have any outlet. And I couldn't even talk to my therapist.
You did. You said you were quiet about all of that.
I couldn't even.
Why not your therapist?
Because I would talk, but then I would have to make up something that we talked about, because if we talked about him, he would want to know every single thing we talked about.
And you didn't want to lie.
See, I stopped
Yeah.
when he started asking me about what I was talking to my therapist.
Same.
I fucking stopped. I stopped.
After
calling,
every counseling
and I'm like,
appointment?
no. My therapist, she told me exactly, diagnosed him a year before I left him. I knew exactly what was wrong with him, and I still stayed, and I still stuck it out, because I'm like, no, he's gonna get on the right medication. This isn't that bad. We're gonna figure it out. No.
So then eventually you did confide in your friend, right? But that was later on.
Yeah, and we were together, and she didn't even pick up on it.
Yeah.
She was a therapist. And then she realized after I would because I didn't have, like I said, I didn't have anybody.
Because they fool everybody.
Yeah.
They fool everybody, you know?
And then she kept sending me like these things off of, like a screenshot of a post or something, and she's like, "This is." I'm like,
How did she, did you say something to her that she started seeing this, or did she saw it on her own, or how did that unfold?
She picked up a little bit of it. She had been reading like his Facebook posts and stuff like that, and she could just see
He tells on himself through his
yeah.
Facebook post. Yeah.
But then I would say, "Oh, he did this, and he kicked me out, or but now I'm back." And she's like, "Oh, that's a cycle."
Okay.
And the love.
So she just started kind of picking up on what you were saying, what was happening. Yeah. So how did that relationship shape or reshape how you felt and saw yourself?
I lost everything.
I did too. I struggled finding my own identity and who I was, and it was the birth of my children that kind of helped me kind of figure out, okay, I know how to be a mother. I know what type of mother I want to be. And then that kind of evolved in what type of woman I wanted to be. Mm-hmm. And then finally here I am at late 40s, finally going, oh, got it now, But go ahead. What's your...
he never made me quit quit yoga or quit that stuff. So I still had a little bit of that in me, but he would ruin it for me because he would go with me. And he would intrude on my classes because he thought I was talking to people, and
So it was an outlet, but then it was also controlled by him. Oh, that's even worse.
So I couldn't even have.
You couldn't even enjoy it.
No, I couldn't enjoy teaching.
And again, I saw that, and I never picked up on any of that.
Yeah. Or if I was late, or if I would I would have to go teach, come home, and heaven forbid somebody wanted to stay after class and say something. Because then I would be late, and then shit would hit the fan again, and I didn't have, along with that building myself up and losing weight and all that stuff. I was trying to get my self confidence back, trying to get my self esteem up there, and then when he played into that, because I saw his arrogance and their behavior as confidence, so I took on that confidence, but then.
That pseudo confidence.
But then even working out, he took away my workouts from me because I felt like I was helping him. I had to help him.
Physical wise,
working out. He wanted to work out, but yet I had to slow my pace down. I had to change the way I did things because that's the way he wanted.
Did you ever feel like it was like a therapist-patient type relationship?
Yes.
Really?
I like saving people. I fucking pick up. You know how I talked to him the first time? I was walking behind him on the track, and I'm like, well, what'd you have done? Started the whole fucking conversation. Here we go, knee replacements, hip replacements, shoulder replacement, all the shit.
What made you say that?
Because that's what I do. I analyze how people walk, and I
And just blurt it out like that?
Yeah.
Well, it got you that relationship.
I find myself doing it now, too. I'm like, stop. You're hot. No, you're really not. I just know you had something done.
Okay. Well, man, you gave him a door and he went right through it. Wow. All right, what about you? How did that whole situation shape you or how you saw yourself?
So at the age of 38, I started perimenopause. Mm-hmm. So not only dealing with my body changing, my hormones and everything, I'm totally losing who I am. Mm-hmm. And then a non-supportive person who thinks that I'm doing these things on purpose to hurt him,
and
which
all
is
of that,
ridiculous.
Did you ever believe that you were that type of person?
Honestly, I have no idea because he thinks that I cheated on him a bunch of times, which is ridiculous.
Oh, same. Oh my gosh, same.
Like the dumbest
shit.
I'm like, no, I'm sorry.
Yes.
That night I was crying a bunch in the bathroom that night, with I have one photo and it looks like I'm crying all night. So thanks, whatever.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I will say I struggled with thinking that and this goes back to my childhood, I thought they really truly believed I was this type of person that they were saying. I know I'm not, but wow, they really think that I'm this type of person? That's just terrible. But now I know better that they don't think I'm that type of person, but they wanted me to think I was that type of person.
Yeah,
which is so terrible.
And to go off by what you were saying about the work, he made me hate the salon. He questioned why I was there so late. I would tell him a story about a client and question that client and why am I talking to them or why would they say that? And I'm like,
relate to that.
So that I stopped telling him stories about the
Yeah.
clients because I'm like, well, I'm going to get questioned and I'm going to get like whatever. And then if I would close, what are you doing? Why are you so late? What's going on? Why didn't you? It's common courtesy to let me know you're okay. I'm like, you know what I'm doing. I'm like, I'm literally counting the drawer down. I have to vacuum. I'm locking the door and I'm leaving. I do the same fucking thing every day.
Night. Yeah.
It doesn't change.
Yeah.
If there's a last minute person, then that person has to leave. They're clean. I have to clean the bed and then they leave. I'm not understanding. I'm in North Royalton. I carry a gun. Nobody's going to mess with me.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Like, and oh my God, like the amount of anxiety I still have leaving the tanning salon every day, it really sucks. Actually, I'm going to start crying because
what do you mean anxiety leaving? Why?
I hate that place. So the former employees, I've gotten in so many fights with them over the last couple of years, and there's just a lot of negative energy surrounding it.
I could say the same thing though. It's like when you and Mark came around.
There's a lot surrounding Royal Tan, so I'm trying to break it apart.
I felt the same. This is so interesting that you had the same experience I did with Royal Tan, and Royal Tan is still kicking. It's like, is that a place?
She's still freaking kicking.
She is. I love it. She's a she. Yeah,
she's her own entity now because you know what?
And you know what?
She's got so much energy surrounding her. She's got negative. She has happy.
She was a safe place that we needed at a time.
She's a safe place for everybody because the amount of people that come in there and unload on me, and I'm just like,
same. Oh my God. Well, how do you think I met you?
I know.
Your parents stood at the counter for hours and talked to me.
We are therapists because that's what we are.
Yeah.
We are a hairdresser, but it's like a 15-minute.
I used to tell people that all the time.
I'm a 15-minute hairstylist. So now I'm an airbrush spray tanner. So now I'm a 15-minute therapy session.
Oh my God.
For an airbrush
Funny
spray
story.
tanning.
I was working at Stretch Lab and I did a pop-up event at a law firm downtown. And I saw a girl there that was working it was like a health and wellness type of thing. And I saw a girl working there for another company, and I was looking at her and she's staring at me, and it's like, you know somebody but you don't know who they are. And so we walk up to her and she says what her name was, and I knew how to spell her last name. And I couldn't understand why I would know how to spell her last name, right? So I'm driving home and I'm thinking, I don't understand this. Completely forgot that I owned Royal Tan for 10 years, right? I'm like, how would I know this girl? I went back to all my jobs, completely forgot about Royal Tan, and then all of a sudden it clicked on me. Oh my God, she was a client at Royal Tan. So I had to find her on Facebook and say, this is how I remember you. That's why I knew how to spell your last name, because I would always spell it when she would come in. So Royal Tan really was for me like just a huge part of my life that I wouldn't be who I am without it. So it's really crazy how that all.
I agree with that. I wouldn't be who I am without it.
Yeah.
Either. I lost my voice, but I lost my voice for other reasons. It's just helping me gain it back.
Same.
And now
Same.
And I built it like Royal Tan's functioning on its own. She's doing nice.
Oh my God, she's so fine.
She does what
wild.
she's supposed to do. She's comfortable.
Yeah.
She doesn't need to be growing. She doesn't need to be doing anything else. There's no adding beds.
Yeah,
There's no add this service, add that, all this other crap. No, she's staying a OG 90s freaking tanning salon, and that is it. There is no bougie shit that I'm bringing in.
Yeah,
forget it.
And I didn't either when I opened it. I didn't bring anything
it's just
fancy
not happening.
to it.
I want a basic tanning salon.
It must be the energy that we have.
Yeah,
it's a place of healing. It's a place of All right. Yep. Well, we'll talk with you too.
Yes. Sorry.
Do we recognize gaslighting and manipulation more now that we've been through what we've been through?
I haven't been put in that spot yet.
Yeah, you're kind of still fresh out of that. What about you?
Oh God, I do all the time. It's bad. Well, I talk to my girls all the time, so they tell me about their relationships and their guys
so
and who they're dating, and then all the women that come in and tell me about their husbands or their boyfriends or this or blah blah blah. I can pin it in a second.
But how about for you with your own relationships?
Me, I have a relationship that's perfect, so I don't have to worry about my relationship right now.
So no gaslighting and no manipulation. I love it.
Nope.
Good. Okay, what was the hardest to trust again after leaving that? Our instincts, our emotions, our voice, all of the above?
All the above.
Do you think it's still a struggle?
Yep.
Yeah?
Especially the voice.
Yeah.
Using your voice? Yeah, how about for you now that you're in the healthier relationship? Is there?
I am, but I'm still questioning everything. But I tell them, I'm having a hard time today.
I remember we were both going after you, are you sure this is real?
I know.
It is. He is real.
There's got to be red flags.
No,
there can't be real.
Zero red flags. He is real.
Yeah, okay.
He exists.
Okay, so Yeah, so no, you're not noticing anything that you noticed in the previous relationship. It's completely
Nothing.
different. It's
Yeah,
healthy.
it's completely different, very healthy, yeah.
So do you still struggle with anything with your using your voice at all?
I mean, I do, because I bottle things up and I don't want to upset him or like I'm like, hey, I'm having a hard time today. I should have told you about this yesterday or the day before. I was having bad anxiety. He'd be like, why didn't you tell me? I'm like, I didn't know how to tell you.
It's a process,
I don't wanna,
right?
like, yeah, and I'm like, I'm trying to tell you now. I'm like, I could have waited longer.
Are you
and,
learning
like,
to feel more safe with him and then kind of opening up
yes,
more?
Yeah, it's just, it's hard.
Yeah.
I'm taking them.
Yeah.
It's hard.
What about for you?
Well, I told you because I feel like people were put in my path for a reason.
Yes.
To test me.
Like the guys at the gym?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's a 40-year-old boy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really?
Has he asked your name yet?
No.
What a wuss.
She talks to him at this gym. He has not asked her name.
Oh,
And
he's scared of you.
He's being more chatty too.
He's afraid.
Isn't it crazy? Anyway.
You have to initiate. Boys are wusses.
Well,
She's
my
been
age.
talking to him for days.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You have to like really, really take the step. Guys are pussies now.
First of all,
He's my age. He's 40. I'm 40. He's
no,
stupid.
I don't. No, you don't
You
have to.
You're gonna have to. He's 40.
Well, no.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
He should have already.
Well, I know.
I think you
don't
should
even
have
care
one.
anymore because I'm finding that like I find out things
Wuss.
little by little.
So what's she supposed to go over and be like, oh, by the way, my name is Heather?
Yes, you should be like, hey, by the way, my name's Heather. Thanks for letting me know yours.
Do you even know my name? I mean,
That's what that's
Okay, so I could see that because that's how you are now, is that
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
outspoken. But let's take Heather's personality. Would you ever go up to him and be like, hey, like, my name is Heather, you've never asked me my name. Would you ever say that to him?
not like that.
So how could you like get your name out with him?
More like I just kind of I did. I would,
By the way,
by the way, do you even know my name?
Right, like, hello.
so would you think that's gaslighting at all or manipulation?
Him?
Yeah.
I just think I feel like he's been single for a long time. He like, not that it matters, but like, I don't know, he's just like this, he's pompous, he's talking about building this, and I weighed that, and I used to do this, and I beat everybody up, I'm from Cleveland, and like, oh shit.
Next.
I'm like, whoops.
Okay,
Next.
so what would you
He
tell
hasn't
your
figured it
past...
out yet.
No, he hasn't. What
don't
would you
need
tell
that.
your past self? Not to warn her, but to reassure her.
I honestly still do believe everything happens for a reason. As much as,
So on that note, not to warn her, but to reassure, like
Yeah.
old Heather would just say, like, you know,
as much shit as I had to go through and what I'm still going through with my kids and stuff, it's like, that's the hardest part, getting back with my kids, thinking if this wouldn't have happened, you know, I would still have a better relationship with my kids and stuff. But
it's going to be better than it was before.
that's what I'm
Hoping for, yeah.
thinking or hoping.
Yeah.
And, but it's made me a stronger me. Like he did teach me some things, like good and bad, but I'm a stronger person in so many more ways now.
You could probably say the same, right?
I mean, I'm definitely a stronger person. I'd say that I'm learning to set boundaries better. But I know everything happens for a reason. It really does. Everybody's
yeah.
on their path for a reason. There's reasons people
So
take
what would you
certain
tell your
paths.
past self then? You didn't answer that. What would you tell your past self?
Trust the process.
Yeah.
Just said that to myself today.
I always say
Trust
that.
the damn
Trust the process, yeah.
Why is that such a hard lesson to
it's
learn?
like I tell her trust the process and like, hey, the end is going to be so
much better.
be so
I know.
much better.
You have to
It's gonna be
trust
so
the
much
damn
better.
process.
So much better.
Okay. So what is something that people assume about women who leave, we talked about this, who leave narcissistic relationships that you wish they understood better?
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
That we're okay now. Oh my God, you left him, you're okay. Oh, hey, you're out of that situation, you're okay now.
Isn't that the exact same thing you said?
Yeah.
We are not okay.
You're not
We're
together.
not okay.
You're not together with him anymore.
Yeah,
What's
you're
wrong
okay.
with you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Yeah.
You should be okay, you're fine. You're fine, you're out of it, you're fine. No,
Wow.
no, we're not.
So is it easier for them to think that everything is fine when you leave the relationship? Like there's no lasting effects or anything? Like why, or is that just something people just say to like, because they don't want to talk about anything else?
I don't think they understand it.
Yeah.
I mean, they hear it and they can read a definition and they can know that they can think they understand, but they really don't because they've not really experienced it.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why it's
agree.
easy for them to say, oh, well, you're gone and you're out of it.
Yeah.
Like everything should be fine.
Yep.
Interesting.
They don't realize that we're still stuck in the same cycle every day.
Yeah.
Like every time I lock up that door at the salon, I'm like, okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? Did I
PTSD.
forget something? What am I forgetting? What do I have to do? Holy shit, the light's on. Oh my God, where are the dogs? Are the dogs okay? Do I have to get home? Yeah.
So it's even
Million
for
things.
us too, is to know that just because we're out of the relationship doesn't mean that we're okay. Like there's still a healing process, there's still a growing process. Like, yes, we started the process, but like it's still years later.
And it's not even just us.
Yeah.
All the other
People around us.
fucked.
Yeah.
And, like,
Yeah.
had to.
Yeah.
Like with your kids, like there's such a step-by-step process you have to go through and relive it, and like, but it's good to talk about it, but yet you kind of want to forget about it, and
It brings up the shame and the guilt and the
But you have to go
emotions that we
through it
feel.
to help-
Yeah.
to get the people back in your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so for the next generation and for us now, what do we want people to understand about healthy love?
It needs to happen organically. Don't
Yes.
force it.
Yes.
And if there's a red flag in the beginning and you're fighting about something, the relationship probably
Not
isn't
healthy.
going to work.
Yeah.
So it's okay to leave them and move on. You don't have to like really, really, really work your asses off.
Or try to prove yourself.
Yes,
Yeah.
you don't have to. You shouldn't.
But I think, like
have
you
to
said
do that.
earlier, that we've all been programmed to like want to have that marriage and the babies, and then you just have to think that you can tolerate all of that stuff, or it's just one time, and then it grows. But yeah, healthy love should not be volatile, should not be controlling.
Nope.
It has to be mutual respect
And happen over time.
over time. Yes.
Like, yes, I do believe in love at first sight, and I do believe that you can fall for somebody fast that is healthy.
But it has to still grow organically.
Oh,
like she
definitely.
said.
It has to go organically.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, ladies.
We did it again.
We did it again. All right.